everybody, and welcome back to another Parallax ASMR video. Today I just wanted to do a bunch of brush triggers, so I'm just gonna get started. First off, I have this thing that my wife uses. I think it's for her hair. It has these silicone spikes on one end. Which make a really satisfying popping noise. And on the other side, there are these thin spikes, or bristles. So crackly. I think I like this side better. I also have this. I guess this is a pencil cup. I honestly don't know why we have it. We've never used this for anything. But this might sound good with brushes up against it. That's super loud. I'm gonna have to back up a little bit. I tend not to like aggressive sounds like that, but I would like to know if you do. Let's see how the other side sounds on it. Oh, I like that a lot. That is so good. As you can probably tell, I did not test any of these sounds before I started recording. I figured it's just better for me to just jump in and not plan so much. That's awfully nice. I have a feeling that might be too intense. might work. Let's move on. Next, I have this fan brush. Nothing special, but I've never actually done mic brushing before, so I wanted to give it a try and see how it sounds with this mic in these settings. I can't really hear much, but I don't know if you can see this. It looks really cool being dragged across the mic. That's very satisfying to look at. All of the bristles bouncing up and down. That's really cool. I've also heard that people like shoop noises with brushing. Shoop. I saw GBASMR doing that. I don't know if that's a common thing that people do, but I do like how it sounds. I brought in a Q-tip. Now that I pick it up, I realize I don't think this is going to make very nice sounds. Like I said, I started this channel kind of with the intention of planning out videos and like actually writing scripts, just because I guess it's less anxiety inducing that way to make an ASMR video. And then I realized that kind of what I like about ASMR is when people are just being themselves on camera. And although it's kind of scary to think about, I figured if this channel is going to be different from others, then that's probably what's going to set it apart, is just me being me. So I am probably going to make another video about that, like a whisper ramble, because it's an interesting topic to me. But yeah, I decided just to ditch the scripts and do less planning, which is less stress and more enjoyable. And hopefully it's like nicer to connect with someone who's just being themselves too. Next up, I have these. These are actually straw brushes. We have glass straws that you can use so that you don't always reuse plastic straws that are not ideal for the environment. So these brushes are to clean the insides of the straws. I don't know if that's going to be too light for the mic to pick up. But they do sound really good on other things. Like each other. And probably on lots of other things too. just took this out of my cabinet. I don't really think it sounds very good though. And also, this is just a plastic cup. I guess I should mention this now that I'm running through a bunch of these triggers very quickly. If you like any of them, let me know and I can do like a full video of one of them. This is a comb that I use for my beard. That is a nice sound. Next up, I have this beard brush. I wonder if that would sound good. That's kind of weird. I'm not gonna continue doing that. It smells like sandalwood. I think because of this beard oil that I used to have that had sandalwood in it. I wonder if this will be too aggressive on the mic. It's too loud. I have, in case you're wondering, I have my laptop open over there and I can see the sound wave as I'm recording. So that's what I keep looking at. I also have this beard brush. I used to have a much longer beard and I have, or had, curly hair. My beard is super curly too when it gets long, so brushing with something like this through that was torture. The wider bristles, this is made of some kind of wood. And the wider bristles made it easier to get knots out. I feel like this would be a really good noise if I could keep it consistent, but the bristles are so stiff that it's hard. It sounds really nice in person, but I think it might be too much for the mic. also have this toothbrush. This has never been used for cleaning teeth. My wife and I did a paint night. We painted at home to a video, and we put white paint on the bristles and flicked it off to create stars in a sky we were painting. I bet this is the only ASMR video you've ever seen where somebody brushes their mic with a toothbrush. Maybe not, though. I bet this will sound good too, since they're rigid bristles. Sound nice, but all it makes me want to do is listen to this combination again. If there's anyone else out there watching who makes ASMR videos, I would be curious to know if you ever give yourself tingles, because although I've been doing this for a very short amount of time, I never have until this combination. I do get that kind of warm and cozy feeling when I'm making noises, but this is actually really working. Okay, let's stop that. Lastly, I wanted to see, this is a mic cover for the Blue Yeti mic, and it's so fuzzy. I wanted to see what it would sound like directly on the mic, but like being moved around in the wrong way. I bet that sounds pretty good. So, I would love to know what your favorite is. In case you couldn't tell, mine is definitely this combo. I just had to do it again. And like I said before, if there's something that you really liked here, or you can think of some other combination that you'd be interested in hearing, I would love to know about it, and I can do a longer video with just that. And I could do no whispering or whatever. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.